meeting to order. Please stand for the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine Law Station, please.
Okay. The notice required of the New Jersey Public Meetings Law have been satisfied by noticing the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times on January 3rd, 2025, stating that a regular meeting of the Township Committee would be held on September 10th, 2025 at 7 o'clock p.m. 1 Veterans Way, Colts Neck, New Jersey, at Town Hall. A copy is on file in the office of the Township Clerk. Further notice was provided to the Asbury Park Press on September 3rd, 2025, noting the meeting time change from 7 o'clock p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Buzetta,
Present.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick,
Here.
Committeeman Rizzuto,
Here.
and Deputy Mayor Viola.
Here. Resolution 2025-151, executive session. May I have a motion, please?
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll be back, folks.
Trina, you don't have an iPhone charger, do you?
I do in my office. Yeah, I can run a get for you.
I'm at
Yes, I have.
4%.
Gregory will be filmed on Saturday. Friday, I'm not sure who I'm gonna be going with. I think, maybe, Jennifer. No, I never did, no, we haven't. I had money too, but then. It's just a lot. It's easy to book and all that, but it's just. And you know, it's not that bad. It's 100 miles, 120 miles. It's not bad. It's right. The park is not crashing. It always happens this time of the year. September. No, it happens right now. That's great. Just doesn't forget, you know, like, I mean, it's just like.
He's actually over there tonight.
Yeah.
This guy's over.
I want my legs broke because it was a good chance. And after I came to the last one,
He's out on the side.
I left it at home.
Another comment.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Well, that's right.
No, I'm not about that, but he's pretty, rough. You remembered, you remember my son working at the shop.
Why?
That's a long time ago, you were pretty sharp, you know?
I mean, I remember in high school, he was there.
Yeah, he was there for, he was there for a long time. He was there like 11 years. They called him a couple of times on Thanksgiving. He had another, 10 Thanksgivings.
I can't even imagine.
CBS.
I was playing.
Yeah, no, I know that. Then I decided to be happy about.
I wish I was there for a while, because I was
No.
I was there for a while.
I saw the call.
They stopped
Lighting
making,
up, I said, yeah.
they stopped making,
So,
they stopped. Labor Day is it. Because it was not season apparently.
I pulled up at the gas station.
I went to the house, yes.
She's on the pay on the other side. Yeah. That's why I said, yeah, we go down. I said, hey,
It was later, it was a
Actually, they didn't have the direct they had a nice mix of. Yes. So, so what I'm thinking, we're gonna have it easy, we got a seat and everything, and what we're gonna do is just go and mix it all up. Just to get the water with the seeds. Yeah. So, 20 powder. And, I picked it up.
The more things, because everybody's showing after the viewing, people are saying, church wasn't
Thanks for all the updates.
so yours and then we're talking that.
For a citizen's call. So
there's supposed to go to the, and we're talking about the 17. And I have bankers concerned about yes, like two cases of one inside, one outside, there's a patio there. But everybody was saying.
Summer vacation. So anyway, so she was there. So anyway, so one of the kids all around, and you can see some more, 20 pounders. And it was on $7, $50, just a good price. So the kids. So the only thing they have in the city is a 7 pounder, $20.
Goodbye.
Yeah, so that's what we just. Sure. Anyway.
May I have a motion to return to public, please?
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Before we go into the proclamation and advance the agenda, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the passing of Lillian G. Burry, who served Monmouth County and Colts Neck for over 50 years, valiantly, steadfastly, blazing her own trail. She passed away on the 28th, and we'd like to take a moment and recognize her and have a moment of silence. Thank you. Item number 6, Mayor's Proclamation, Suicide Prevention Week within Colts Neck Township, September 7th to September 13th, 2025. Whereas statistics show that in 2023, 49,316 people died by suicide in the United States. And whereas suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the United States for individuals aged 10 to 34, suicide remains the second leading cause of death and fourth of the leading cause of death for individuals 35 to 44. Yeah. Whereas each person's death intimately affects at least 6 other people. Whereas many of the people who died never received effective behavioral health services for many reasons, including the difficulty of accessing services by healthcare providers trained to reduce suicide risk, the stigma of using behavioral health treatment, and the stigma associated with losing a loved one to suicide. And whereas the representatives of behavioral health organizations, state and local agencies, military veterans organizations, educational institutions, and a community dedicated to reducing the frequency of suicide attempts and deaths the pain of those affected by suicide deaths through research projects, educational programs, intervention services, and bereavement aid services urge all to first recognize suicide as a significant public health risk, know the risk factors, behavioral changes, and warning signs, and seek immediate assistance from a health or mental health care provider. Support the development of accessible behavioral health for services for implementing best practices and reducing suicide risk for people of all ages and backgrounds, and acknowledge that no single suicide prevention effort will be sufficient or appropriate for all populations or communities. Now, therefore, I, Michael Viola, Deputy Mayor of Colts Neck, on behalf of Tara Torshabus, Mayor of Colts Neck, together with the entire Township Committee, do hereby proclaim September 7th, 2025 as Suicide Prevention Week within Colts Neck Township, and urge all residents to become aware and involved, because suicide prevention is everyone's business. This is hard for me to read. September 13th, 1978, my father took his life. Everything here is what we experienced. Please take it seriously. Item number 7, minutes. August 13th, executive session, August 13th, regular session. Are there any comments, additions, or changes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Affordable housing discussion. I'm going to take a minute and review briefly some history, then open it up to my colleagues for additional discussion. To attain the protection of the program in round 4, remember round 4 is July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2035. Our obligation is 101 units over that 10-year period of time. They don't have to be all available next year. We have a 10-year period to meet that obligation. What was required? We needed to adopt a binding resolution of round 4 obligation by 31st of January 2025. You're all aware, most of you, if not all of you, were here. We had done so and adopted the resolution of 101. We had to adopt a round 4 housing element fair share plan by June 30th of 2025. That too has been completed and submitted to the program. There then was a 60-day period for objectors to challenge our round 4 plan. On September 2nd, which closed on August 31st, which was Labor Day weekend, on September 2nd, we were informed that we had 3 objectors to our round 4 plan. Fair Share Housing Center, that's the advocate. They pretty much object to every municipality's plan. March and Associates, a developer from North Jersey, seeks to develop the Squilari Farm at 68 Aubrey Road with 202 townhouses and a 20% set aside. The third objector is Active Acquisitions, also I believe out of North Jersey. They seek to develop Wellspring property on Route 537 with as many as 400 units. So our plan is being challenged. We do have a durational adjustment from round 3. Durational adjustment means we should be protected by the program because we don't have water or sewage. We do not have the infrastructure to support that density. We will maintain that plan. I now invite comment from my colleagues. That's pretty much where we're at. Those 3 objectors, those legal documents will be posted in the morning. We just discussed it now at 6:30. That's why we were in executive. We can only discuss things when we're in a group by public notice. And in executive, we discussed this. So we did receive the documents on June 2nd. That tonight was the first opportunity where we could discuss them as a group. So we will be moving forward and handling those objections, but we wanted to advise the public. On a separate note, we are close, very close to closing our first strategy for our round 4. First, we discussed several strategies when we adopted the plan that we were going to work to conserve the affordability controls at the grand units of both the owner-occupied as well as the rental units. We plan to have resolutions and documentations on our agenda the 24th, our second meeting this month, where we will memorialize and execute on our first strategy. So we are getting some traction. Old business, item number 9, second reading, public hearing, ordinance 2025-15, an ordinance in the Township, Colts Neck Township in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 195, Solid Waste, Article 3, Refuse, Containers, and Dumpsters of the Code of Colts Neck Township. This is the second reading by title. Are there any comments from the governing body? We're going to open it up to the public to speak specifically to this ordinance, if you have any questions or concerns about this ordinance. This is the ordinance where we're regulating where dumpsters can be put. We don't want dumpsters on the street and on public property. If you're doing work on your property, the dumpster needs to be on your property. That's a simplification. May I have a motion to open to public?
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments from the public on this ordinance?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt?
Motion. Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta?
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto?
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Viola?
Yes. Item number B, item letter B, second reading public hearing ordinance 2025-16, an ordinance of the Colts Neck Township in County of Monmouth and the State of New Jersey amending and supplementing Chapter 79 Animals, Article 1 Dogs, subsection 79-4 nuisances on public property of the Code of Colts Neck. This is, we don't want our parks and baseball fields, soccer fields, turf fields to be used as animal parks or dog parks. So this pretty much regulates that so that we don't have a problem with dog waste or wear and tear on the property.
And they have to be on a
Any comments
leash.
from the public? I'm sorry, from the committee.
They have to be on a leash.
They have to be on a leash.
Yeah, this is not to prohibit dogs in the park. It says dogs under control may accompany individuals in designated spectator areas or other adjacent areas to be athletic fields.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any member from the public wish to opine on this ordinance? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close?
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
Motion.
The ordinance, sorry. Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta?
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto?
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Viola?
Yes. Letter C, second reading public hearing ordinance number 2025-17, an ordinance of Colts Neck Township in the County of Monmouth and State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 102 Development Regulations of the Code of Colts Neck Township. This is the riparian buffers that we needed to put into place. Was discussed by our planner at the last meeting. Any comments from the governing body? May I have a motion to open to public?
Move.
Second.
All in favor? Anyone wish to discuss this? May I have motion to close?
Move.
All in favor? Aye. May I have a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta?
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto?
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Viola?
Yes. D, second reading, public hearing, ordinance 2025-18, an ordinance of Colts Neck Township in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 102 of the Code of Colts Neck Township entitled Development Regulations. This was adopted last night for consistency by the Planning Board. This is in the business district, raising the bar on standards of type of materials and type of looks that we would like to see in that area if there's additional development or redevelopment. Any comments from the governing body? May I have a motion to open the public?
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
You're on.
Deputy Mayor, we did receive consistency review for the one previous to that.
Yes,
too.
I'm sorry, I should have
Yeah.
noted
Number
that
17, yeah.
on the riparian buffers. Yes. Mrs. Mann,
Yes.
please come to the mic and name and address, please.
Elaine Mann, 587 Route 34. On this regulation, when you say in the business district, you want them to conform to certain things, you're only allowed to conform to height and setback. You can't dictate what sort of building materials. They could take you to court. You'd be opened up for a lawsuit. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Again, this was adopted by the planning board last night. May I have a motion to close public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? May I have a motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta,
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Viola.
Yes. E, second reading public hearing, ordinance 2025-19. Bond ordinance providing for the extension of affordability controls on certain units located at the Grand of Colts Neck, a condominium in and by Colts Neck Township in the county of Monmouth, New Jersey, Monmouth County, New Jersey, appropriating $2.5 million, therefore authorizing the issuance of $2.375 million in bonds or notes of the township to finance part of the cost thereof. If you recall from the judge's decision from round 3, our $1.3 million, it's not ours, it's developer money that's been deposited on behalf of the development over the course of a number of years. We have approximately $1.3 million in the developer's trust that is supposed to be used for the furtherance of affordable housing. We would like to use those funds to conserve these units because we are preserving affordable housing. But those funds are currently encumbered by the court decision, which is under appeal. We have filed our appeal. We don't expect that to be heard until sometime next year. But in order for us to maximize our round 4 potential of conserving affordability controls, we're issuing this ordinance to borrow the money, and then we will be reimbursed by the developer's trust. We are keeping accurate tallies of all monies that are spent, and hopefully the decision will come next year. Any comments from committee?
Just that this is a way for us to satisfy a portion of the obligation that has been imposed on us by continuing the affordability controls on the existing housing, which means there won't be new housing built in Colts Neck. This is the existing housing that already exists, some of which our neighbors live in, our friends live in, and this maintains affordability for 40 years.
40 years.
For an additional 40 years, over as many units as we can negotiate with to maintain affordability control. So I think this is a win-win.
And keep in mind, in 10 years, when round 5 comes around, you're going to have a new governing body to be working through those issues. But this does help us in round 4 get credits for our round 4 obligation without any development, as Committee Member Zeta had stated. Any other comments from committee?
So if people can even go further back to our last public meeting where we laid out the plan. This was laid out, what was the date of that?
June.
June. And we had the meeting, and I think Deputy Mayor Viola stated that most of the audience here was at that meeting as well. So this is essentially just that plan in action. That's exactly what we talked about. Extending the affordability program in the grand, in the grander scheme of trying not to over encumber our infrastructure and our open space. So it's going well. We're appealing where we have to appeal. We're objecting, and it's going. There's going to be interveners, like you heard. There are people who want to develop all over the place, and that's to be expected, because we have a lot of open space. So, but it's all going to plan, the plan that was laid out in June.
There are 22 rental units in the Grand and 66 owner-occupied units, so the total is 88 units. We won't get all of those, but we'll get as many of them as we can. May I have
And just one more thing, just because the bond ordinance is for $2.5 million, issuing 2.375, doesn't mean we're necessarily spending all of that. It depends on how many units we can negotiate with. But that's an amount of money that we want to have set aside for this purpose. Sorry.
No worries. May I have a motion to open to public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Public, you're on. Opine regarding this ordinance to borrow $2.5 million to preserve the affordability controls at the Grand. This is public comment now regarding this ordinance.
Just this ordinance.
I couldn't hear you there.
I'm sorry. Can everyone else hear us in the back? Okay, thank you. Thank you. May I have a motion open to public?
Motion.
We did that.
We did that already.
Yeah.
Anybody from the public wish to discuss this ordinance?
Oh, I thought you were
Motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt or deny.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta,
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Viola.
Yes. Item number F, or letter F, second reading public hearing ordinance 2025-20, ordinance of Township Committee of Colts Neck Township authorizing the acquisition of real property designated as Block 41.01, Lot 43 on the tax map of Colts Neck. This is one of the owner-occupied units. So what happens with the owner-occupied units? We have the right of first refusal. If somebody wants to sell it, there's a maximum restricted price that's set that we would buy it at and resell it to a qualified owner. There will be soft costs we will incur, obviously some legal costs, some title costs, but we will buy and we will sell, and we will continue to roll the money back and forth, act as a clearinghouse. Any other comments from committee?
Again,
Part of the plan.
this is just part of the plan to maintain affordability controls on existing housing. For every unit that we extend affordability on, it's one yet less unit that gets built. So this is all part of that plan.
I'll take that even further. It's 5-1. So for every unit that we preserve, there's 5 fewer dwelling units that are going to be built in Colts Neck with the 20% set aside.
And this property is the address of 34 Federal Cape in the ground.
Public comment. May we have a motion to open the public?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wish to discuss this ordinance? Thank you. May I have a motion to close public comment?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta,
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Viola.
Yes. Letter G, second reading public hearing, ordinance 2025-21, an ordinance amending the Emergency Services Volunteer Length of Service Award Program, LoSAP, in Colts Neck Township to permit cost of living adjustments in the amount of township contributions. Fire department, first aid, they get credits for answering calls, for attending drills, for attending meetings. It's on a spreadsheet, and at the end of the year, it's calculated what percentage of the maximum amount they'd be allowed. This allows us the opportunity to give annual increases to handle the cost of living adjustments. Any comments from committee?
No.
May I have a motion open to public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public?
Alan Ryan, 24 Ann Street. Being a member of Colts Neck Number 2 Firehouse, Dave here, Dan, and Frank. It's well-deserved. It's all volunteer on both ends. I can't stress that enough. People coming in and all that, you have conversations. We are all volunteer. That means that we get up in the middle of the night. We don't stay in the house, the firehouse, or the first aid building. And thank you. And it's well-deserved by these guys because let me tell you, we're lucky. We're lucky that we have these people that get up in the middle of the night, during the day, and some of the things they see are not too pleasant. As everybody in this room can say, the 4 of us can say that we've seen some crummy
Bless
things. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Mrs. Mann.
Today on the radio, it was very interesting. They brought up this subject about trying to get volunteers for the first aid and fire company. And they're having a hard time in New Jersey. There is legislation that's pending, but they haven't signed it for incentive programs and what have you. I wish we could write a resolution in support of that and send it down to Trenton to help our first aid and firefighters. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mann. Any other comments from the public on this ordinance? May I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor? Motion to adopt?
Motion.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta.
I think I,
You're going to abstain.
yeah, I think I need to abstain on this one.
Wait, then we're not going to be able to pass it.
Nope.
We should carry it.
We have to carry it.
Okay, we're going to table this for the next meeting because we do not have a majority.
We only have 2 members here that can vote for it. So we do not have, we've had public comment. We just have to carry the vote.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will carry this to the September 24th meeting. New business, consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the township and are adopted or approved collectively by a single motion and roll call vote of a majority of the township committee. If discussion is desired on any item, it is considered separately. Resolution 2025-152 through 2025-161. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta.
Yes.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto.
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Viola.
Yes. Vouchers. Give me a second. Let me get to them. Spent 2 days reviewing the vouchers as we had a long break between our last meeting. Of the $3.291 million, 2.732 or 83% of the funds on the bills list are to the Colts Neck Board of Education or Freehold Regional. 83% of the funds are being dispersed to the 2 school systems. All was in order. I moved the amount of $3,291,665.04 for payment.
I second that.
Roll call.
Committeeman Bezetta.
Yes, with the exception of fire.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto.
Yes, with the exception of the fire department.
And Deputy Mayor Viola.
Yes, usual exceptions. Township Committee reports. Committeeman Bezetta.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Light lift, I'll start with recreation, fall sports are in full swing, flag football, and soccer. The kids are enjoying it. I think we have a record enrollment this year for the kids in our town. We wrapped up the summer concert series. I think it was a success. Maybe there were 2 or 3 rainouts. We were able to make up one of the concerts, but all in all, they were really well attended, and the groups that we had this year, I thought, were exceptional. The seniors continue to have a full occupancy at their monthly lunches, really well attended. I think this month's trip is to the Intrepid Museum with lunch at the Chart House. Schools are open, as you know. Oh, the trip is this Tuesday, thank you. Schools are open, as we know, so that means a lot more traffic on our roads, a lot more school buses. So please, when driving, take care, slow down. When that red arm comes out on the school buses and the lights flash, that means stop. And I understand that the Board of Ed is
Big cameras.
putting cameras on school buses. I applaud that. Nothing more important than the safety of our children, right? As they stand on those street corners, boarding and coming off of the buses. So please obey the rules and don't get caught on those cameras. Code enforcement. I am the liaison to code enforcement. There have been a lot of comments in town about a particular shopping center, the Colts Neck Shopping Center. I feel the same way. I think that shopping center ought to be better maintained. Our code enforcement officer has been out there. Violations have been issued. The owner of the property knows what he needs to do, and we're going to give him a certain amount of time to comply. We hope he does. If not, we'll continue to stay on it until all of the violations are corrected. But please continue to let us know, be our eyes and ears out there, not only for that shopping center, but for anything else in town that you believe is violating the code. Let us know, and we'll investigate it. And I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committeeman Rizzuto.
OEM, I'd just like to thank Chairman Badaracco Director Badaracco, Tyler, for his work on submitting a tireless amount of paperwork and revisions in our recertification process, which we had thought we had completed, and I had reported we had completed probably 3 or 4 times. But I'm pretty sure we're complete now. But he did a lot of work with that, and Ray Byrne in the police department as well did a lot of work on that with the police department, Chief DeVito. So thank you for everyone who shopped that document around and did their little part to get it to the county and then to the state. So thank you. First aid, really not much to report. I talked to Martha. They're doing well. The house is looking good. I think they're finally settling in after all the renovations we've done and they've done. And it's some things were quite improved by the move. I know they kept some of the infrastructure that we built because it fit what they needed to do. So that was a plus. I did not attend long range. I was at work, and Police Department Chief DeVito had his golf outing. I unfortunately couldn't attend over at Trump, I think, right?
Yep.
And I heard it was a great success. They always sell out every year. So congratulations to the chief. He always wants me to remind the public of if you need a child seat installation, contact the police department. Check out their Facebook page. Coffee with the Cop is happening. I'm sure now that the summer is winding down, that the Coffee with the Cop will be happening a lot more often. And just as always, be vigilant with your cars in the driveways. Colts Neck was instrumental in foiling some of these larger organized car rings that were preying upon Colts Neck and surrounding communities. So I'm very proud of the department for that, and I'm still waiting for the chief to give me the citations so we can hand them out to the guys who are involved in a much larger case. But Colts Neck played a part, really an essential part in that bigger case, and really to put a dent in those car thefts that were plaguing not only Colts Neck, any community in all over the state actually. So good job there. And I believe that is all I have. Oh no, I'm sorry, historic, but I will yield the floor if Michelle Baptista, our secretary, would like to stand up. That's all right. No, may I yield my time, sir?
Not really, but
No?
okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Just the haunted hayride at Colson Firehouse number 1, 537 on Saturday, October 25th, rain date on the 26th,
Yes.
and country Christmas on Sunday, December 7th from 1 to 4.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
That it?
That's it, sir.
Committeewoman Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Farmland Preservation, the meeting was canceled this past Monday. Long Range, we had a meeting last night and just discussed some possible ordinance changes, which will be brought forward probably at the next meeting. Planning Board also met last night and adopted the Environmental Resource Inventory, which I'm very thankful for after many years of preparation with the Environmental Commission and the Green Team. It was adopted, and it's a great addition to our master plan because it will help to answer a lot of questions that residents or professionals may have in regards to Colts Neck. And it's from like the history of Colts Neck to the vegetation to the land use. There's about 15 chapters in there, and it's very informative and will be posted on our website so anyone can access it. The CMBA, Colts Neck Business Association, had their 6th annual Polo Classic on Sunday. Despite the weather, it broke, and we had a wonderful time, and it was a great success for them. Delicious Orchards was the winner. They won 10-6, which was kind of a blowout. I mean, it's usually not that high of a score, but it was great, and that brings the match total over the past 2 years to 3 for Delicious Orchards and 3 for Huddy's. So next year's the break, yes.
Grudge match.
I joined the CMBA just prior to our meeting for ribbon cutting and welcoming to the Health Summit Medical Center and Dr. Spinella, who's actually a Colts Neck resident. He grew up here and now has come full throttle back to opening this business, and I welcome him and I wish them all much success. I attended the wake and funeral for Lillian Burry. It was a wonderful tribute to a great lady who did so much for Colts Neck and the county at large, from land preservation to history to working with the veterans to make sure they get the benefits and housing they deserve. My sympathies go out to Don, Lenore, and the family. We are going to miss her desperately. September 11th, tomorrow, is the remembrance for the 9/11 victims, and everyone is invited 6 o'clock in the Memorial Garden. I hope to see you there. September 20th, we have a paper shredding right here at Colts Neck. Thank you.
Thank you, Committeewoman. A couple things that have already been covered. Public Works, the first of 2 passes for brush collection, is complete in Zone 1, and in Zone 2 will be complete tomorrow. I'm sure you've noticed the masonry work on the annex. That was a budgeted item. Those steps have been deteriorating. We tried over many years to slow the process and make sure that the steps were safe. It would come to our attention over the year that safety was going to be an issue. So we decided God bless you, we budgeted the funds through the budget process, as you all know, and those are being repaired and will not only be easy to use, they'll obviously address a potential liability issue. Committeewoman discussed the paper shredding. You can have up to 100 pounds of paper shredding. It's confidential documents. You really don't have this opportunity more than the times that the county does it. This is our county tax dollars at work. So it's from 9 to 1 here at the complex. You'll be guided by fire police. You drive right up to the truck, pop your trunk open. They'll take the box out. They'll bring it right into the truck and pulverize it, and you go about your way. So that is on the 20th from 9 to 1. Finance, myself and the mayor will meet with the administrator and the CFO later in the fall to provide some budget direction for next year. And community activities, the mayor and I attended the Colts Neck Board of Education school convocation at the middle school last week. There are 1,018 kids enrolled in our schools K to 8, 1,018. That's up about 14, 15 from last year. I did attend the luncheon at with the mayor on Monday at the PBA golf outing. I've never seen so many golf carts lined up in my life. It was very well attended, so I'm sure they did very well in raising money. And the monies that they raised, they put right back into the community. So thank you to the PBA. And I too solemnly attended the visitation and the funeral for Lillian Burry. And I echo everything that's been written and everything that's been said about her. She will be missed. She was a trailblazer. And her mark on this community and this county will last for many, many decades. That's all I have. Procedure for public comment. Colts Neck Township Committee welcomes comments from the members of the public. Please raise your hand if you're interested in being heard. Once recognized by the deputy mayor, identify yourself by clearly stating your name and address for the record. Comments will be limited to 4 minutes. Once you finish speaking or your 4 minutes has expired, the Township Committee will respond accordingly. May I have a motion to open for public comment?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. Come on down, Ms. Batista.
Michelle Batista, 8 White Oak Drive. One note, Mike, or until the trucks are full, just so you know.
I'm
'Cause-
sorry?
Or until the trucks are full.
Right,
Well, you just said 9 to 1.
right. But that hasn't been.
Well,
filled
I'm
here at
just
Colts
saying,
Neck.
I know Middletown, it's happened to, and they got people that turn away, which is the last one of the year, so, but just always good to know.
There's no rain out date, by the way.
Yeah. Former Colts Neck Mayor and County Commissioner Lillian Burry passed away on August 28 after 5 decades of public service. Her family and friends referred to her as the Queen of Monmouth County. Lillian was a role model for anyone looking to enter the public service arena, where many sought her advice and some gained office on her coattails. Her calendar was always booked with meetings, and I typed many of her speeches that always included words from her heart. Lillian loved her town of Colts Neck, which is often referred to as the jewel of Monmouth County. I started working for Lillian back in 2016 and witnessed a woman whose determination made things happen in Monmouth County and here in Colts Neck. No was not an acceptable word in her vocabulary, as her list of accomplishments are too numerous to list, though her obituary lists just as inkling of this accomplished woman's career. The plaque at Route 537 East before Route 34 now denotes Lillian's epitaph, a persistence of vision. She was a driving force on making the roundabout happen with the bronze horse statue, which became the inception of our new town logo. The roundabout won the Monmouth County Planning Board Merit Award by the now defunct Colts Neck Architecture Review Committee, which she chaired. I was honored to have Dawn and her support for the Friends of the Library when then Mayor Lillian Berry was instrumental in securing a $100,000 grant from the state and a $35,000 donation from the county to build the library at $0 cost to this township. Don was finance chair and a contributing member of the construction committee. Lillian helped design the library interior along with the late resident Brenda Johnson. Lillian was instrumental in the Colts Neck September 11th Memorial, a brass and copper sculpture designed by the internationally known Colts Neck artist Jim Gary, and the garden designed by Julie McGowan. This was unveiled at the Colts Neck Municipal Park on November 10th, 2002, in memory of the 5 Colts Neck residents lost on that tragic day. That is an impressive timeline. She authored a poem about 9/11 titled "We Remember Them." We remember them in the opening of buds and in the warmth of summer. We remember them when we are weary and in need of strength. We remember them when we are lost and sick of heart. We remember them when we have joys we yearn to share. We remember them so long as we live, they too shall live. For now, they are a part of us, and we remember them. Lillian was a positive sounding board for which I will forever be grateful for the time I supported her endeavors, but more importantly, for being so lucky as to have been included in her sphere of influence. Lillian was a driving force for Colts Neck in purchasing the historic Montrose Schoolhouse from the defunct Historical Society for $1 and establishing the now Historic Preservation Committee, which she chaired for many years, bringing the annual classic tradition of the country Christmas enjoyed by many families in town. This is now the end of an era in Colts Neck history. The Colts Neck Historical Preservation Committee, under the chair of Mary Pahira, looks to keep her vision alive. An Italian quote, which I find fitting: "We will not forget you because you were the best of us, because you taught us to be good and courageous." I say all this in good faith that the Colts Neck Township Committee will dedicate a memorial for the Honorable Lillian G. Berry.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Any other comments? Mr. Mann.
Layman 587 Route 34, Colts Neck. Can the Township Committee confirm or deny that our police department, since the last township meeting, are operating out of the trailers at the DPW, and if so, why? There was issues of the public purse on this building. Again, mostly septic and services for this building to the tune of $18,942. Last meeting, Mayor Buss was quoted as saying, "No monies were spent out of a township coffers for the National Night Out." We have a grant from Clean Communities of $46,661.23. And doesn't she consider that part of our coffers? How can you justify using these funds for National Night Out to the tune of $4,782? Yes, Granger's poison oak spray for $107.35 and outdoor trash cans for $4,557.35. And Fazio for parts for the backhoe to clean the basins at $1,195. This money is used for schools and cleanups, which you had less than 4 cleanups this year. If you want to see the rules and regulations, go online and read them. How many employees do we have in the DPW to this date? We've spent in the last 2 weeks $16,090.62. Were the utility wires that were taken down by a truck up at DPW causing the secretary to work out of town hall? Mr. Baxis, he keeps spending money on food. I don't understand it. $48.03. Mr. Bader now spent $29.99 for the Weather Channel and also his licensing. Grass cutting, they don't do any of that. Riverview is doing it for $11,748.36. Buck's Tree Service took a tree down for $1,200. Strong Roots, step 4, for fertilizer, $7,000 to the tune of $19,968.36. Now, the properties and legal fees, we had $225 for Earl. And how come we still haven't completed DeAngelis? But you could answer that later. Homedale shared services for the court. We paid $100 to Verizon Internet Court. And there was an account number. Homedale, the interlocal court, was charged, it was on our bill for $269. Why did we pay for this? If we have shared services with them, why don't they pay their own bills for their usage? And lastly, I was denied access to the amount of cash monies given to the township for scrap metal and also cardboard from Mazda. And I would like to know why. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can take the DeAngelis. In
Okay.
fact, I was just
I thought
handed-
that was put to bed. But.
No, this is the final authorization of the recording the declaration of encumbrances. It's finalized. I've just been handed to the clerk. We will record them. And we did receive hundreds of thousands in grants, so we're to the good by a lot.
Please wait, Mr. Ryan. We want to respond to Mrs. Mann.
I think that's the only legal issue.
Do you have anything?
I do. For the Oprah request that she's speaking of, you were not denied. You were given the amount that you asked for.
I'm sorry, on my computer, it said there were no records and that you could not.
Correct, because you didn't request a record. You asked for the amount which the chief financial advisor gave you.
Well, then I'll resubmit it.
Yes,
You
the
asked
P-
for the amount, and that's what he provided, which was in the note section of the Oprah when I closed it, the exact amount. And you asked, how was it paid to the township, which was responded to by check.
It was how printed, wasn't on there. Okay. We'll go from there.
Couple of things. That was a very long list. I think I got most of it. Yes, the PD has been working out of DPW while the building repair for the sewage pipe is being completed. That's due imminently. Hopefully they'll be back in here in no time. We have to put the money out for the septic charges. We have to pay that. That will be on the list that the administrator and the CFO have been keeping. And when this is all resolved, that will be rectified. National Night Out, no, that was not funded with Clean Communities money. That was funded by the Governor's Council on substance and alcohol abuse or disorder. Yeah. So we get the grant. The grant is put in an appropriation. That's why our appropriation line in the top line this year was as high, because we had all these grants and things that we were railed against for years that we don't apply for grants. Now we apply for grants and we get yelled at for applying for grants. We applied for the grant. We got the grant. The money was allocated last year. It was not used. Deposits were made. They were honored this year. And National Night Out was a smashing success. $16,000 of damage at DPW will be paid by the, I don't want to call him perpetrator, but by the company
By
that,
the contractor.
by the contractor who created the issue. Not, well, if, again, all the charges will be put together. We will pay for it, then we will bill them, and then that money will come back in. Foreman Baxis and Superintendent Bader have training during the day. That sometimes it's breakfast, sometimes it's lunch, and they buy for the crew to have their training, and we reimburse them. I think that's a very reasonable use of township assets. And the Weather Channel is a very special, it's like who's in finance? Who has a Bloomberg terminal? Anybody have a Bloomberg terminal for all the financial information for $30,000 a month? That's what it costs. But you as a trader get, I just know of it. You get all the information that you need to make smart financial investments, et cetera, et cetera. The Weather Channel license that he has helps him determine, should I put brine down? Should I clean the storm basins because there's going to be a flash flood, et cetera, et cetera. I think that too, for doing his job for Public Works, is money very well spent. I didn't get anything, the rest of what you said. but I think that's pretty much most of everything. Does anybody have anything else for Mrs. Mann? Okay, Mr. Ryan.
Alan Ryan, 24 Ann Street. Lillian Burry, she was a class act. God rest her soul, and she always remembered the vets, and she never forgot. Last month, I brought up about doing a prayer and singing the God Bless America or some song that the seniors do at every meeting. And I'd like to know what you guys have thought about it, or have you spoken about it, or what's the deal with that? Because the president last night, I saw on Fox, he was saying that we should be praying. So, and based on what happened today and what's going on, I think it would be a good idea. So I'm asking the town to consider that, and I think it's important.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. We do very deliberately keep a very clear determination between secular and non-secular. We're very rigid with that. So I'm a practicing Catholic. I pray every day. I prayed for Charlie Kirk. I prayed for Lillian Burry. But I don't know if this is the right place for a prayer. That's just my.
I've never served on a dais where we've prayed before. So I don't think it's appropriate. The singing of I have seen this singing of the national anthem, but I don't think you want to hear my voice. but you guys can absolutely.
Are you going to lead the chorus?
Are you kidding? Really? Do we need an
Well,
intervention here?
they're valid suggestions, Mr. Ryan.
Often you see a moment of silence like we did today. We certainly, in Little Silver, we start almost every meeting with a moment of silence for something that's happened or for
Something's always happening.
An internal prayer. That's something that certainly can be put in.
I like that now.
I like the idea. I think we really need it, honestly.
Well, we have done it on occasions that have come up. It's not anything new. We can
Right.
do that.
Yeah, I'm
But
just
I think
saying
it should be like
routinely
every-
they do
He's
it.
asking for it to be a regular,
Yeah,
for us to be consistent.
I like it. I like it.
like we do at the firehouse. We do it at the firehouse. We have a prayer right at the firehouse. Both firehouses do it, so I think it'd be a good idea.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Any other comments from the public? Step on down.
Elisa Spada, 73 Mercer Road. Spada. Elisa. At the Board of Ed meeting, they do the national anthem right after the flag, and it's just the song. Nobody sings to it. It's very nice.
Play it over the.
They play
They
it.
just play
Well,
it.
that's nice.
It's very nice.
Oh, it'll save us from singing,
Yes,
or
exactly.
at least no one will hear you.
The other thing is my 3 little grandchildren were always at the 5 Points Field soccer. And I was just wondering what was going on with the bathrooms because those porta potties are horrible. And also there's no lights. Like I was there last night up until almost 9 o'clock for the games and it was dark. The lights that they installed, as I understand it, they're temporary lights.
Light towers.
So I was wondering if, we're planning on doing anything different there. And, aside from, I feel like other things need to be done there. It takes the money, I know. The pavement, the grass, there are just things. And we're Colts Neck. I feel like, it should be better. That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So thank you for that.
Well-
So we have explored the bathroom. There has been projects. We drafted up some plans. They came in way over budget, so we're exploring alternate plans as we speak. Recreation Sports Foundation are working on it. For long-term lighting, I don't know. I don't know where they're at with that. There's certainly been discussions, Dan, I think, who's your rep now, right? There's always been discussion since we built the fields for lighting. And I personally, I can only speak for myself, I'm not opposed to lighting.
You're not opposed to it?
Not opposed to lighting, because it's a geographically isolated field, so the light pollution will be very minimal. Usually when you put lights up, people complain.
But now they do it so it
Yeah, but now
shines
they have
down.
such modern lights, they point in the right direction, it minimizes the light pollution, and there's really no neighbors there. So I think we hear you. The bathrooms, we're working on it. We're working on it.
Even if it's just the safety, like I'm there in the dog.
Yeah.
The kids, I couldn't even see my kids. I'm, like, where's Scott? Where's
Right. And the temporary light towers can only do so much. They could only, yeah, I agree.
Let me just say, I shared your concerns about wanting to spruce up 5 points. There's a lot of things we can do, but there are people in our community that complain that our taxes are too high, right? So we always have that tension between wanting to spend money because we are close-connected to the city, right? And we want to have beautiful parks, paved parks. And then we have people saying, well, my taxes are too high, reduce the taxes. So we're doing the best we can to be good stewards of the public money. It's not our money, it's all of our money, right? But there is that tension. And I think it's fair to say that, a good portion of the people in our town would rather we not spend money and keep our taxes as low as possible.
As I understand it, we did get a grant, right?
Yes, but it didn't cover anywhere near where the expenses were.
Well, we did apply for an open space grant from the county several years ago, back in 22. You were there, I believe.
23.
23. But we
22,
applied.
it was applied.
We applied in 22. We were told we were getting it. Then they held it for another year. And then by the time we awarded it, we were awarded. We actually did the development work with
after
the
that.
architect. We put the plans out, and super inflation and COVID supply chain issues. It took the project from an estimate of roughly 700,000 to almost 1.3 million. So we scrapped the project.
Having said that, now we're looking to put a different type of bathroom in there. So if I was, to wager, I would say bathrooms you'll see first, and then the lights. And I know they've been putting a lot of thought to the lights, recreation and the sports fountain.
Sports.
So they, and I'm personally, I don't think there's really that much opposition to it in town. So I would imagine that, I can only speak for myself.
We can't really be talking back and forth
Yeah.
because we're recordings and this is public comment.
Sorry.
It's whether or not there's a grant that's available for specific uses, such as lighting. Last year at Flag Football Super Bowl, I was there for the kids to run out and have their celebrations, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the members from the Sports Foundation brought up the subject of lighting. The number he had at that time was $600,000. And that's for the fields. That's not for the path in or the drive in or the drive out. So that too would be a very expensive undertaking. And quite candidly, I also believe that the public would be quite polarized on lighting, no lighting, cost, no cost. I think there would be a bifurcated front as far as amassing those that support and those that oppose. I guess the challenge would be potentially to sports is maybe they shouldn't be continuing as activities into the
Yeah,
darkness.
I don't understand.
You know?
either.
I mean, I would be very concerned, as you are, rightfully so. But it's a safety issue, number one. That's job one here is public safety. So I asked Committeeman Bezzetta the next meeting with the Sports Foundation to address that.
I just wanted to mention also with the grant, it was 125,000. So, and we have matching. Even with the matching, we couldn't even come near to what the expense was to build it. So we have to drop back, change the plans somewhat, but we'll reapply again.
And we did bond for it. We have $542,000 in that fund that's been bonded. Hasn't been spent, hasn't been allocated. Again, because it's X versus Y. It's 542 versus 1.3 million. There's a big delta there. Any other comments from the public? Does Mrs. Mann have any time left?
She does.
Please come up so we can get you recorded.
Elaine Mannigan, 587 Route 34. This is Katrina on that Oprah request. I always say I'll pick up the copy, and it didn't say to come in and pick up the copy, or I would have. So could you please provide that for me, and I will pick up a copy of it. Thank you very much. Okay.
Any other comments from Mrs. Martin?
Melinda Martin, 52 Glenwood Road. It would seem to me that the most rapidly accomplished solution to lack of facilities at the park would be contributions. There are, as you pointed out, 50% of the people in town probably really want bathrooms in the park, another 50% don't. And a not-for-profit could probably get everything it needs to build that in a month's time.
Thank you.
The same thing was done for the library, wasn't it? And probably the number of people interested in facilities at 5 Points are far greater.
Thank you.
So, funny you should say that. The entire park was done that way. So it was done by a grant from
Theckers.
the Thacker family, Duncan Thacker. The driveway parking lot was paved, graded, and landscaped from a donation. So we do solicit, we're organizing those efforts. And you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. We do that as well. So does the Sports Foundation. So anything we're going to do there, of course, is going to be hopefully multiplied by those types of funds. So yes, you're absolutely right. We do seek those funds. We have done so successfully in the past, and we will continue to.
And the Sports Foundation is, of course, such an entity already in place, so you simply.
Again, we can't be talking back and forth, so.
Any other comments from the public? Before I ask for a motion to close, I have two quick things. Thank you to Anita and Emery Dallas for your care of the benches in the reflection garden. Thank you very much. You do that every year. And that's why they're lasting so long. Thank you for your care. Thank you very much. There was a question about, or a misunderstanding a couple of meetings ago about the role of the Township Committee liaison. And I had articulated in a response to a resident that DPW doesn't report to us, fire department doesn't report to us. Everybody reports to the administrator reports to us. So I did some digging on the role of a township liaison in New Jersey. So let me read what I've got. New Jersey, a township committee liaison serves as a bridge between the township committee, the governing body, and various boards, commissions, and committees. This role ensures communication and coordination between these groups and the township committee, helping to align local policies and initiatives. That really is what the job is. DPW doesn't report to me as the liaison to DPW. Finance doesn't report to me as the finance chair. They report to the administrator, who then reports to us. But we act as a bi-directional communication between the groups, so everything is aligned. So I just thought I'd share that. And again, join us tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock at the garden for 9/11 commemoration, 24th anniversary. Next year, with 25th, will be it will be a significant ceremony. It'll be much more in depth. Every fifth year, every 5 and 10, et cetera, we take the big guns out and we really do a big show. So we hope to see you tomorrow night. Any other comments from the public? May I have a motion to adjourn? We closed, right? May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next Township Committee meeting will be held on Wednesday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Town Hall here, 1 Veterans Way.
Come on.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was over so fast. Adriana Sarapicello, 6
Meeting's over.
The meeting's over.
The meeting's over, just talk.
I just wanted to come and say thank you for being so proactive with Big Rock. Our developments are all back to normal, safe and
thank
secure.
God.
Thank you for the
God.
feedback.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
That's, no, really.
Well,